During Christmas holiday, I traveled to Bulawayo to get my new beehive. Now, let's set up and install that beehive so we can start making honey.
Oh, right. I think I've found my spot, guys. This is the place yandaona it is suitable to actually set up the hive for a first time, of which it's not put in there the first time. For life. So, like, a plan. I hadn't made a plan yet for the stand, of which we have an issue in this stand here. Termites and some ants. So putting the hive on the ground, you have risk of inviting those two pests. So I decided, if you can see this stuff, this is a big tree and then it developed some other shoots. So this is what I'm planning on doing. If we trim out all the other shoots sinabasa, and then we leave just a single tree which is main there, and we use this stuff as a platform, since the actual tree is beside kunoko. If you can see, this is the actual tree. All this center platform doesn't have anything, so I'm planning on clearing up the center to get our platform there. Then we rest our beehive there and we start preparing.
Okay, so that nyaya I was talking about, my termites. I want to show you this. Alright, if you can see, when this tree was cut, it created a hole in the middle right there. And I don't know if it's because of the wind and erosion, but you always end up with soil in this hole. Like, all the trees that were cut at this level and they created some extra shots from there, they always accumulate soil in the hole that's left behind. And I think it's because of wind, because I can't see any other factor that actually brings this soil up from the ground to this level. You see, there's soil, so there's wind. And there's also the other aspect that I'm thinking, there are termites. I don't know if you can see, like, this is a termite walking right there. That's a very young termite. So the other thing is, it could be termites that are bringing up the soil, building up their castle right there. So this is now supposed to serve as a base for our beehive. That means we will be treating this whole bottom section with creosote up to the bottom, so that the termites which were here, they get driven down to the ground level and they stay there. We don't want them up here, because we are about to put our beehive here. As soon as we finish setting up our stand, because we want to cross it here, and our beehive sits in the middle. At least in this section, you have partial sun and partial shade. You have shade during midday, and you get sun during sunrise and during sunset. So yeah, see, Mavesa, look at them. This is not the first tree, guys. I've seen this countless times, and I always wonder, because you see, the water that stays in here, it becomes stagnant. So most times I get to see lava in there, of which mosquito, stuff like that. That's how they breed. So in other words, it's a natural breeding site for things like those, because that would explain how all those things flourished back in the day. But yeah, I think I think it's good now. I think now yeah, it's good. Now I think I'll now focus on actually how we are going to pinpoint the base here. And yeah, it's becoming reality. Reality can be frightening sometimes, you know, because it's one thing thinking about doing something, and it's a completely other thing actually doing that thing, you know. It's so funny, like the way it's super easy to think, and if doing stuff was also that easy, man, the world yakazara nema geniuses, if you had to put it that way. But yeah, and easily I will leave that for the sociology guys vanoita zvekufunga brain psychologists. Nah, let's make our honey. Let's not think about too much existential crisis. Tomaziva majenzi anoda kudhipisa kufungisisa. But guys, just live a simple life. Simple things ndo anonza happiness. Ngatite zvebasa. Mapoeda. So this is what I'm planning on using is our base. I'm trying to create something like a platform here. If you say you have this crossing coming here, and you have the other one crossing going over there, and you have another one crossing coming over here, you know, stuff like that, and just create a platform in the middle that we can rest our beehive. Saka, yeah, let's see if we can accomplish that. I dropped my ring. It's too big. This is a special one. This is a Gumbi Creek ring. Ndabakumba, and apparently there are no nails left, so I need to get nails. So for now, before I get the nails, I'm gonna clamp them using a modified barbed wire, because I'm gonna clamp the poles with this. Tigaretaona kuti how does our platform come out, and then later in the day I'll go find some nails kuma shops, and then we can actually make everything permanent. But let's work with this for now. I feel like it's too high. Nice. Our base is finally standing. A natural, sustainable base for our beehive. So I think like this actually complements our sustainability angle. The targets that we have as a farm to stick to sustainable practices. So yeah, doesn't get any more natural than this, guys. Look, like these are tucked into the tree with special nails, and it's fastened on all ends. So that means this thing is actually rigid, because I can actually stand here. See, I'm standing here perfectly fine. It's not even flexing or anything. So yeah, see, this is how actually even what you call them, tree houses are built, kinda, I think. So yeah, we are gonna bring our beehive here. It's going to sit here and it will be looking down there. There's a river just down there, so the beehive will be looking that direction. So now time to stick the beehive up. But first I'll need to apply some creosote mumakumbo memitum so that we just push termites away. Yeah, it's looking good, it's looking nice, it's looking beautiful. I love it. Now we need to apply, this is creosote. So this is a termite repellent. I'm not sure if it also works for ants, but I think we'll just monitor the progress and see if you also need to treat for ants, because there are ants all over this place too. So the creosote, this will be our savior. It will safeguard our hive from termites and ants. It was drying up. So this is what it looks like. It's a black sticky thingy. That's what you see treating all these pores. This is that black stuff. This is a pre-treated pore and this is the black stuff. So that's what I'm going to reapply just for added protection. The bees are buzzing everywhere, guys. They are already everywhere. I should have used a paintbrush, but I'm not brush, so I'm working with what I have for now until I get proper stuff. So I've just fastened my clamp. This is what's going to clamp down my hive so that it doesn't get shaken around. Let's say something like a wild animal comes around, because we are very close to a game park, and sometimes, yeah, rare, but once in a while you might encounter wildlife. So in case wildlife comes, this will be what's holding down our beehive. There's our beehive. So it's supposed to come and sit here, and then we can clamp it down and our job will be done. Kudos. I feel like I'm being rushed because the moment here Nango Shikane box panaba, I feel like I started hearing and seeing more bees. Saga. Oh, it is finally time. Moment of truth, guys. The entrance is right here. It's supposed to face to the river. Right. Nice. Okay. It's ndakutona sosere kutanga. My nemesis. Rine majeras sose. So before I actually close this and fasten it up, there is one last thing we need to do, because I've actually set it up and this is how it's going to be sitting for its entirety, for its whole lifetime. So this is lemongrass. I also got this from Mr. Gerard when I bought the bees. So this is something that can lure the bees to come in there. This is lemongrass oil. It's very pungent, like it smells so aromatic. You should smell it yourself. If you put it on yourself, you smell of this the whole day. So I'm just going to put a few drops in there to lure the bees in, and then the waiting game is on. The kanzi just drops. Yes. And also on the entrance. He said not too much because it shouldn't be too overpowering. Yeah. There's a bee right there. This is exciting. Okay, so I'll keep this for another day. And my work is done basically. So now what's left is to close the lid. I clamp down the hive so it doesn't move, and yeah, the rest, that's up to us now, is waiting for the bees to come in and make a home out of this. I'm being extra careful. I want to make sure everything is perfectly aligned. Yeah, this is going to cross over to the other side. Right, that's tight. So our initial work is finally done. Our hive is sitting on its base. It's properly baited. It's fastened to the base, so it's not going anywhere. See? That's a move. And yeah, everything is perfect. So thank you for watching until the end, guys. This is the end of this part. So now we are left with waiting. It's now a waiting game on our part, because we need to wait for something like 2 weeks to a full month for bees to actually migrate into this beehive. So we'll just be inspecting it, looking at the progress, and then as soon as the bees start coming, then we move on to the next chapter of actually looking after the bees. So I'm super excited. I can't wait to eat the honey. I think you also can't wait to eat the honey. But well, that's it for today. Christmas time for us in the wild. Nothing better than that. Merry Christmas, guys, and a Happy New Year. Bye.
So, tell us about this.
About what? Bees.
About this.
I don't know anything about bees.
But you already know the information. I'm gonna totogarira zima uyu zvacho. Ndakaudzwa kana mumuzi wow. Ngoma dzinoipinda busy man.
Ndemora na ndaramurira kana.
Oh.
Akandina izopinda mumba ndakazara nadzo. Panda izopinda macho. Dzimwe dzacho dzaitozonditangirira ndarara amagumbezi. There was one time
ndakaudzwa kuti
ndakapedza wiki nchita kunge ndine kaslight nhumbu kuno.
Yanzi slide nhumbu.
Kakozi dumbu rakazvimbira apa kapa. Yakandiruma ndarara midnight. Ndakamira njiridza mberi. Mama kudai. Chi! Ndaruma nenyuchi. Apa tatabva kumora that night.
Yo.
Taiwanzorumwa time yataimora. Because vaitika muavo jakaranda. For example, muavo. So tichitomora apa tichitopinda ball. Paipushwa.
Mwese murove nemapini.
Paipushwa vanhu tati.